Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more Behind the Cuties. We are obviously still making Mind Castlin, which I don't know where I'm gonna start today with this. I don't know. I think I want to just see some things, play around with the textures, just to see what I can get away with. So let me just go down here. Obviously, we're gonna have to do the face because that said we were gonna have to do that today, and that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Let's see, move this out of the way. All this is doing is just giving us a cell shading effect. That's not necessarily what it's gonna look like in Unity. I think kind of I want that. Do I want it combined? Probably. We need a ramp on this, I think. I have a problem because I need put this in normal, but I can't do that. It's not gonna look how I want it to. We can see just what that looks like for now. Let's just remove this. I want to apply this to everything, not just. Also need to actually unwrap this. Just want to see what that ends up looking like. Only like a specific path. Or do you gotta break this up a bit? You can't really see what's happening there, but I want to see what happens if I put this here. Probably doesn't connect. Okay, it does. It will convert that. Yeah, it's just these random colors. Use that apparently. Just generate it. Stop playing with the normal, see what it just says when I do that. I think this is being mirrored. Yeah, this is being mirrored, so whatever's happening over here doesn't count. It's going to be just the opposite of whatever's happening here. This is not what that would look like. It's not scattering. Just going from black to white that way. I want to see if we can add like random colors into the mix. Okay, so let's put this back in. Okay, yep, that's how that's supposed to look. Going to put this into there, then I can't do that. I need to plug that in, then that there. And we're mixing this down. I think that's set the mix needs to be multiply. Quite see what's happening now. Might just have to be something I do off camera. But I forgot adding texture to this. I mean, usually I would just have noise, but I kind of want a paint style. I probably should have just looked more into that off camera. Now we're kind of stuck here. Because I don't think I can bake this down properly if I wanted to. Like, that's fine. Ish, that's what that needs to be like. I get 0.3 there. The reflections that's getting now. Like the in and out that's happening. I'll just keep it like that. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and see what it looks like somewhere else. Let's say this. See what that ends up doing. Okay, apparently nothing else because it's not plugged in. This is darker, I think, because of this being turned on. Can't quite see. Kind of, but not really. I'm guessing this is making that dark. Yeah. I think I just need to do that off camera. So the face. Well, these boots are fine like that, but let's work on the face like I said I was going to. We still might need to do the back of the head, since this is just nothing. I don't know if I should just do all the tedious stuff off camera. No need to do it on camera. I need to with the head, with the UVs. Oh, let's turn off all the hair. Probably should have this down there too, in the hair. Oh, I didn't change the name of this. Be able to see the head. I can stay. Do I have the seams properly set? Should be. Might keep that. That's usually just like a flat color anyways that I choose. I think I already have that set to black, don't I? Yeah. Inside of the mouth hasn't been done. Oh yeah, and that tells me I don't have teeth in here either. Oof. I killed this before. I guess I could just go straight out. Don't do that. Takes a while to get that bend down. Like trying to get the inside of the mouth is kind of like lame a lot of the times. I have to like do a lot of it by hands. Like I have to actively move this by hand. Yeah, that's good enough. Then from there we can back and scale it in the Y. 0. Scale on the X. And then the Z. Which oof on the shape that it's making. I think I need to do it earlier too. I need something like really close here. And sometimes you just gotta do this manually. And that's all in the same plane there as well. Now it's just a matter of, do I want this to be bigger than that? I want more leeway on the mouth. Get away with a lot more. But why not, right? Probably can stop there, maybe pull it forward just in case. And then you can pull that back. We need to get the teeth and tongue ready for that. Okay, this is cut how I want it to be. We could go like maybe one further back. There's more room to play around. I might just do that. Yeah, that's where that stops. The inside of the mouth needs to be cut as well. Right here. I usually want to go one deeper or stop there. I guess we can go one deeper instead on that, and that's the end there. Should be fine. Face is doing weird stuff, that's fine. I need to take the front of this head now. Select everything that can be selected. And we're gonna unwrap that. I don't like how this is not symmetrical. It's like, what happens to make this not symmetrical? Assuming it isn't. But this appears to be leaning in weirdly, which means I probably goofed at some point. I guess we can just fix that, right? With do anything crazy right now. We can like split this in half. What happened there? Something weird happened here when I did that. Or not, I guess. Then mirror that, flip it. Let's just make sure that the inside of this is not doing anything weird. Of course that would die, but that's not what I'm worried about. Let's make sure the head is perfectly symmetrical. Apply that. We need to change these vertices. The normals, I mean, like recalculate outside and then set from faces, so it fixes that weird lining there. Then we can unwrap. It looks like it's still doing the same thing, even though it should be perfectly symmetrical. Literally just made it symmetrical, yet it's still weirdly shaped. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with it to begin with. And this needs to be set to face. Let's just double that. And make this something else. Head maybe. And this is the face. And then that needs to be assigned to that. Decent skin tone, but we're not really going to get much, I think. I mean, this is basically the tone that's too dark. It just never works right for skin, I think. But there's not much you can do, so I'll probably just use that. So we do the shading into the face. Texture. Give it its coordinates and a lot. It needs to be UV. No, I'm going to make this a 20. Wait, so 2K. Color doesn't matter yet. I can't zoom out either. If I let go of this, it will make me do this all over again. But I kind of need to, so oh well. Then I want this. Place that there. Granted, I mean, you can't add that, so let me just not do that. Just plugging it into this, it just looks bad. Without any cell shading, which we can steal this, I guess, but move it over here. Again, that's not gonna do anything. I think that's the base color. I don't really need to move these things. Just this needs to be here. That color goes in there, and this being multiplied down. So you don't really get the true experience. That's what it actually is. Let's just stick with that for now. I need to click on that. I don't know why this isn't the texture. I need to do that. Then there we go. Save that as. You can see this. This is opening up a window. I need to make a new color for this. Yeah, save that texture so it actually gets added properly to, so it doesn't end up getting lost. So then we can come to, hold on. ahead, that texture paint. I forgot how to turn on the setting so you only paint on a specific spot. Go to edit and let go. I think it's already turned on. And I'm assuming if I do that, yeah, nothing happens. Oh, I can draw over there, but I can't actually draw here unless I select the face. Then I can draw on it. Like I can only select this part. So all we really need to do is the cheeks, and maybe I'm probably gonna add some onto the nose as well. Just crank that down. This is gonna be kind of hard to do since this color is. Alright, so if I do this, oh. So that should be the proper color, so we're gonna add that. Oh, I probably couldn't see it because the strength was down. No, it's still not showing. But that will, yep, it's the perfect color. So this should be multiply, not just mix. Not quite on the eye. It's kind of like being stroked back as well to the headphones. Like it's kind of doing this. I'm zooming out and doing like a big click like that. Then maybe I want to take this, multiply. Come in and try to. Trying to get like a seam. I keep trying to make it thicker. And like it's not that big, but I think I just want it to be pretty big. So I just took red, right? I should just like saved that. Take red, drop this down. Show me the nose. Up there. Just a dot. That's too much. Let them mix rather than multiply. Still too much. Too much is not blurry enough. Doing too much. Even less. Yep. Maybe a bit higher. Add a little extra beside that. now her mouth cannot be seen. Should have smoothed her mouth up before, because now it's going to be seen with the shadows, but it's too late for that now. Need it anywhere else. We could have it on the eyelids, but I don't know if I really want that there. I don't know if I want this here. It's fine, but when you actually close the eyes, it will possibly cause a problem. I'll leave that there for now, though. Don't really need to do that. Just seeing what it looks like. Brown. I'm doing something. Well, usually I would be stacking these. I wouldn't just be putting them on top of one color. Like, this wouldn't just be one color. I would have several layers stacked on top of each other, multiplying off of one another, but we can maybe just have it one texture. I won't have to like do any baking either if I just do it in one go. This needs to be jitter. This needs to be small. Send it to a 1, then increase it. Okay. That's not working right. Either view. I don't know why that was set the brush. Yeah, there we go. Increase this to a decent size. Might need to be higher as well. Or need to back out. And we can maybe lower this. But they're not as strong. All the way across, like that. Increase this like before, so we get like slightly. The eye's not having an outline is like driving me crazy, but she doesn't really have one. Maybe we can give it just a tiny bit. I don't know if this is still being mirrored or not. And save that. I might that leave like 1. Turn off symmetry for like a second. Some flavor. It's kind of like why I would have these stacked Because I actually kind of need a second layer on top of this. I typically mix these down. That give me one of these. This needs to be white. Damn, this needs to be white. Pure white. Then that needs to be multiplied off top of that. And so when I come over here, this is being multiplied. Being drawn on there. I don't know why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing though. Yeah, this needs to be backwards. What is going on there? That's weird. Oh, because it's probably not plugged in, that's why. No, it's plugged in. What the heck? I needed to keep going back until that was no longer drawn on. Okay, that's going in there, that's going in there. Oh, okay, that's what it is. This was just going straight in. Need this. Go into that. There we go. Now it should be fine. Yep. Now we need like a yellow. But it needs to be like not oppressive. Actually, we need to just dump this yellow into there. Well, I didn't actually get a yellow. So that is gradient. That'll be easier to get that to work. That yellow to yellow. Then we come over here. Now this needs to be switched. That tells me this needs to be the other way around. And then you just modify that so it barely comes in. You just 0.1 then. Now there's some yellow into that. Save that. What does that end up looking like going through the ringer? Okay, it gets like destroyed during that. It doesn't really matter because they're not gonna play around with that too much anyways. To be brighter or not? 'Cause it's pretty dark. I think I'm fine with that. So we just need to do that with the rest of the body. I was playing around with this stuff, but let's remove that. We can just leave that hanging there. Though, this is being plugged into that. Okay, that's actually fine, because that is the tune slash whatever shader. Organizing this. That probably should stay there, because that's probably where all the other ones are sitting, right? And this is going into pure black, and you can just change that if you don't want it to be pure black. Doesn't really matter. The shader itself is something I would have to do in Unity out here. Yeah, we might need some white on that actually. Which would, I forgot to do that, so you can do that. And that's why we have layers. And then take that. No, not that. So new. It needs to be black actually. And we do that, but then we screen this down. Yeah, so it has no effect. The way it should be. Also, this doesn't have a does not have a thing attached to it with the heck? Because I didn't duplicate it with one, yeah. Modify that with white. This is being screened on top of the previous color, so if I'm actually able to color it in. Granted, it's not choosing the color right now. Is this plugged in? It is plugged in. That's attached to that. It's just weird when things end up not working, right? Also, oh, it's set to multiply. Maybe I just hit that. X. Can't multiply white on black. Yeah, there we go. I was like, do I want to just add like a little, probably like too heavy. I mean, it's too. I don't know if I want to have that on the tip of the nose or not. I think it's fine there. See something with that. The lips don't have any color. They're like non-existent. Same thing with the nose, so we're just adding stuff out of thin air. I don't know if I wanted to. I think the main thing I want to do is maybe like add a lighter tone, like in the center here. Yeah, that kind of gives it a bit more depth. Right, that I can't see what I'm doing. Something like that. Probably should have it facing forward like this, and then work with that. not that. Might have been too much. I got lost. Yeah, too much there. Like just too sharp, probably. Chin. Slightly. Forehead. I don't know if I want to have that though. Oops, see if I can do something about this. But because this is all the same thing, they probably kind of messed up the previous shadow of the highlight, I mean, that we just added. Think what that would look like. Really? See some of this. Already see, like if you see the circle's not moving with my mouse, it's because my computer cannot handle using the blur brush. I don't think it doesn't really matter what's happening. It can't take it. I'm surprised it's not screwing up the stream, but I think it's just because the stream is running off of different things than the than what we need. So use my graphics card to stream, and I think the CPU is being used more for Blender, so they can actually coexist with each other. Just gonna think about that. I might add some extra stuff there though. Didn't like that too much. Even add, oh, if I need to draw on this. Like a little bit of highlight there. That. Is this being mirrored right now? It is good. Also subdivision as well. Probably just want that to be applied now because I need to unwrap that. What the? Oh, this is probably, yeah. It just needs to be have an unwrap on the outside. Then remove that. It's already on the inside area. Just gotta get the rest of it. Remove that. I mean, probably can just not do this, but we'll do it anyways. Nope, not that. Mark seam. I think that's good. Now we can unwrap it, and it's just the whole piece. Now we're gonna go here. Add the RGB in here right now. We're gonna have to add a texture, image texture, new. I'll probably will just make another 2K one. Both eyelashes. Is it black? We're gonna start with black. I typically wouldn't do that, but the eyelash is black. It just has some red in there. I'm just duping that so I can actually see. Get some eyelashes in that. Let's go ahead and go to the texture paint. Now, I'm probably gonna try to eye drop this. Like this red here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Then just kind of lighten it down here. We'll just try to make sure that's black. But it goes from, this is almost all red. This is not quite black, actually. Give me this color on the opposite end too. That's barely darker, to be honest. Mix is probably the best bet here. Maybe have that low, and then take this color here and just swab. Swab that in. Kind of see it to start coming in. That's the color there. And try to blur this down, but again, the computer is unable to do anything about that. You can try to do it here, but you run the risk of the black bleeding down. But it does function better trying to blur out here than it does in vivo. You want to say that? Like just blurring the texture here works better. Just again, do I want the texture to be, oops, not that. Make it like really small movements that will try to cooperate. I need to run that down, I think. I mean, smear it. I think the smear tool and smear down. I wasn't expecting it to stall out on just that, though. I can't see it. The frozen right now. It did it, but not the way I wanted to do it. So just give me this, and give me the slightly darker color. We can maybe just reverse this. Maybe smooth that. And I don't know if we want the outside here to be black. I could try to run a liner on the back. Let me save this now. Yeah, we don't really have a line to go on the outside. Let's just say that's fine, like that. This is really bright. I mean, this is even brighter than that. And then this slightly brighter color. I just wish I could actually blend the colors together nicer. I just physically can't because my computer is just unable to do so. Slash Blender is just not good for that. You don't want to really be painting with Blender. You want to be using a different program. That's me trying to blur it over here on the texture itself. I mean, if I threw this into GIMP or like a photo manipulation program, it would probably be okay to blur it, but more steps that you have to go through. That's fine. Just had to do that before I ended up forgetting to do that. Okay, that's good. Now the skin. We need to take the torso and edit this. I don't know what the UVs are looking like on this thing. Actually, do that out here. It's not just the skin that needs to be done, it's the other pieces as well. Probably remove that seam and this one. We don't need that there. Same thing for the top. I might even cut the body in half so that the texture on both sides is the same. Now what's going with the arms? They're split down the middle. The hands are still split the way they're supposed to be. The arms are split here, so I can live with that. The body has a piece missing here. But we kind of don't need to care because all this stuff you can't see it anyways. Probably will delete a bunch of that as well. This cut pretty poorly. It's exposed. There's the next thing. Obviously, the next segment there. But you can't see it. This one doesn't go around, I don't think. Yeah, it goes into the body, so that's as good as it's gonna get. Just to live with this being separated. Yeah, it's fine, but I am going to cut this in half, like I said. quite make it center up there. Yeah, there we go. Now that's fine. Now we're gonna go to UV and unwrap this. If I mirror this, the UVs will be the same on. Like the texture will be painted on the exact same side the other one. So there's the leg. We need this and that. Need it slightly more over here too, which is like. Maybe I'll just leave it like that for now. But that's gonna make the texture kind of not great. Hands, we can maybe take those. What's the hand is one side's front, one side's the back. Increase them so they have more. Actually, so what is this? I don't know what this is. It's not that. That's the thigh. Okay, that is that. Means I don't need to care about this too much. As far as the texture goes, well, for right now. And this is that piece. Same thing, we don't need to care about you. I'm trying to make more room for the thigh texture. Okay, that's the arm. That actually matters. I usually would just like blow these up and not care that they're overlaying because they won't actually be touching. Take this because we know this is a thigh. What's the neck? What is the neck doing? That piece actually does matter. I'm gonna put it where the thigh was, but then increase its size here. Yeah, that's probably okay. You need to go back and mirror this now. Generate a mirror. Do not clip them together, please. Yeah, this should be working fine. They just need to be merged but not clipped. Apply that. And now we need to find the skin. That is the skin. Do something similar to the face. I'm just taking just this. Go ahead, just like delete everything for now. Paste that in. This is the diffusion anime shader that we need. Texture, image texture, set that. New. Oh, I didn't save this right. I need to come over here. Grab this color. Take its X code, copy it. Then come back over here, new. And put that into that. Put that there. Now we have that. Now all of this is that color. Get this skirt out of my way. we'll just keep this all one piece. Actually, let me go and edit. Size. All the pieces that are going to be needed. It doesn't really matter, does it? Nothing else is using specific textures. I don't have to care. Because this stuff isn't using a texture. I need a red, but I think what we need to do is just like trying to multiply here is going to be an issue. Look at how to change this to punch through. I don't think that's it. If I stroke here, it's gonna like stop at the edges. I might already have it turned on, but I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Select half the body. Hide that. That getting in my way. It's too much. If I multiply this, it doesn't stack, right? It does. It'll keep stacking until it gets to a specific color. The saturation of it. I can live with that. It would be easier to do this if you were doing the layer system like I was talking about, but we're just gonna do it like this. That. Something like that. And that left like a weird line there. It's too strong. I can do that. Maybe even a bit more, but maybe on the darker side. Like a close cut there. That makes it hard to see though. Or that shadow. Probably maybe go too far down. Didn't even get colored in. Meh. It's undoing that. I'm blurry enough for me. It's blurred. I don't know why this is acting kind of weird. brown. I think we dipped it down a bit, didn't we? So it wasn't too harsh. Problem with this is that it will start to smear on the sides. So you like it really got bad there. I'll deal with that later. I need to see. Front is, I think that's the front. I would just use the base color to just come in there. I put like the weird dots that are doing too much. Oh, that one too high because I put this all on the same texture. Yeah, again, this is why I layer stuff. But we're just trying to do this quickly. I think I want it to be smaller. These dots are too big, but very few ones that are this big. And just do the same thing again. Crank that up. Small. Yeah, that's any size I'm looking for. Yep. Some of them actually made it to the back. This is based on how far I'm zoomed in too, so the more I zoom in, the smaller the dots will get. Might have been like a bit too many. Probably shouldn't be putting that up there either. It's already been an hour. There, and then that's just a couple big ones. I feel like this is not very blurred out, but oh well. We might have gone too far with that. And this is why you should have it. In different layers. This might have been too far down. Yeah, too far down and too strong, which is like, oof, we're gonna have to start all over. I'm just undoing everything. Yeah, this color's too thick and it was too far down. We're using this color, I think. Yeah. It's too much for the base color. Then just a tiny bit of saturation. Yes, that's better. I'm gonna zoom out really far so this gets very blurry, and let's try to have it down a bit. Even this might be too much, but this staff needs to get out of that kind of way. Okay, that's fine. Question mark. I've been, yeah, overkill. But on the sides, because they're curved. That's okay. We need to add like another layer for the yellow. Don't forget that. And then the freckle. Holding it, right? I'm gonna keep it to like a minimum this time around. Just the front can have like a usually I would have them on the side, like really heavily instead, but not like you can see that, so that's why I'm making them so dense up front. Save that. Oh, I never saved that. Then we need to come down here, duplicate that. And this needs to be black. I'm gonna copy you. This needs to be set to screen. This bottom, this top. Crank it to the max. Plug that in. No. There we go. Now we can play around with this. With whites. Oh, we need to do the, hold on, before we do that. Goofed up, I did that too quickly. Move that back. I need that too, now it doesn't really matter. Duplicate that. Multiply. I don't know what the face is. 0.1. Top. That. And this should be white. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be changing it to yellow anyways. That goes into there. And for this, we take the fill. We already have it set to the yellow. And we just fill that in. I think it's a slight yellow added to it. Save that. And now we can play around with this one. This one should be the highlights, I think. Or just like adding some lightness. I don't know what I want to add, or where to add with that. Oh, we have stroke still on, the jitter. So I just want to keep that. So you keep like a decent jitter on, you get like a decent brush look. I'm just gonna crank that down. Pretty low. Undo what I just did. If that's good enough for me for now. I'm not trying to make this amazingly textured. Oh, I do need to do this for the other sides too. I didn't save that color. Need to come back here. Go to the texture pane. Try to find a portion of that color again. Probably just a bit. Not very much, right? That's too much, I think. That's probably the color, so I'm gonna go with that. I need to apply this to the edge here. Hope it doesn't get goofed up. There's part of the body that we can't see here that's getting drawn onto at the same time, probably. And make sure we just don't be too crazy with that. And add this here too. Around that. See this? I'm just gonna guess. It's showing me the yellow, so this. Never know what it's going to show you. Let's see, get rid of the arm things. You can see the hands. This might have not been strong enough, but oh well. I'm gonna actually push this further. How did it get over there? Well, this never got filled in for one. Drop that down. Let's hope we don't add them too far. Like, hopefully they'll get stretched out. Again, you can't see them, so oof. We want a lot here up top. Done. Then don't really need to care about this too much, but I will do the hands a bit. If only I had the thing that I knew how to force it through. Accumulate? Let's see what happens when I do that. No, it's still cut on the stroke. that is the mask thing. Is it here, actually? That's the exact same thing. It's already turned on. Anyways. Okay, here we go. Occlude. So turn occlude off and see what happens. No, it's still flipped down, didn't paint through, so I don't know where the option is to make it paint through. Bleed. Fake bleed. No bleed. I mean, it still does not work. One of those options. Well, that actually kind of worked there. It still has that seam though. It's backface plus occlude turned off. Work. Like they don't work just one or the other, you have to have both of them off. Like bleed max as well. It still has a stupid line on it, but that's better than nothing. Better than what I'm used to. Let's see what that feels like. The lines on this side, I don't know why the sides here are what get messed up. Probably want the opposite of what I'm doing right now. I'm just seeing what that... Yeah. Obviously looks weird. I do want that, but not now. I think I need to, for sanity, do this. Stop trying to paint through it. Yeah, we have the thumb. I think that's probably gonna go straight through, right? Yes. And that's like the problem with having that on, is you don't want it to go through. Yeah, the thumb, like the tip of the finger, the knuckle. The big knuckle. Something like that. Knuckles here, maybe a bit there. And on that knuckle. It's too much because you can clearly see the line there. We just like need to draw on the nails. Like that's just like, oh, I forgot one. That's too strong. I think is a problem with that. Is this color is too prominent. You can see it too well. I don't hate it though. Let's just save that. Need to add a new one to this. Let's dupe that whole thing. Let's see. 4, I think we're on. It needs to be white, yeah. What did that do that? Screen, this needs to multiply. There we go. That. Texture paint. Then we need what? The same color, but maybe slightly lighter. So take the base color and saturation down a smidgen. See what that looks like. How is that? Oh, okay, it's probably no. It's at the mix. Oh, because it's the actual thing though. Set to multiply. So this will always try to get darker. If I set it to just white, nothing happens. It is always just going to get darker no matter what I do here. Might need to do this on top of the one texture. Maybe I don't need this texture. Maybe I should just do it here. And then take this and then give me about there. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's too bright. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, put the red there so I can have something to like work off of. It's just not like really sharp enough. Mainly because it's too big. You'd have like a smaller brush. I'm not using a tablet. I have my tablet plugged in, but I'm not using it. I'm just using the mouse, so this is going to be ugly. Too big. Why is that so far? I guess because I can't see the... I can't see this, so... It's hard to tell how far I should be going with that. The nails don't look very big while I'm making them, but then you zoom out and it's like, oh, they're huge. Like, how did that happen? that. If it lets us, I might even just add pure white. It will do. Okay, yeah, I can play around with that, right? It needs to be not so obvious. Red here. We do kind of need maybe like that, but maybe desaturated, or not desaturated, but down here maybe. Maybe just take the base color and then drop it down. Oh, that's too much. Actually, that probably should be white. Surprised that was that strong, seeing as that this is not full strength. That's not a full strength white stroke. How's it still doing so much damage? Hello? Okay, finally, Jesus Christ. It's too much. I'm gonna have to draw an outline on this too. However, I can just live with that. I didn't make it very big, so just do that, and then I think it's because every time I stroke over itself, it adds more to it, so I have to be careful doing that. Like that, going back and forth, it gets brighter and brighter every time I do that. And maybe how dark is this going to be? It's pretty dang dark. Take this and increase the saturation. That's pretty red. Drop it down. It's not as bad as the other one. Then what about 2? What does that look like? Can't even see it because it's so small. Yeah, there's no jitter on it. It's just so small it can't keep a stroke going. Mainly because of the size that the hands are drawn at, or over here. That only happens when that's a thing. I can't stroke. The strength isn't up either. I gotta be worried about that, about drawing over lines I've already made. Wow, look how ugly they got there. Do we even need to go any further? Can I just have it like that? Oh, let's add that real quick. Give me this back. To buff that out. At 1, close to a 1. Add this here. Maybe I can do, and then that. Again, granted, we can't. The pixels are very, very pixelated here because of how small that is. We don't have enough room on the texture. And that was too much. We need to color that barely anything. I mean, that's barely something, but still, I feel like that's... It's too hard to see what you're doing. Oh, I didn't add the line to everything yet. Whoops. Probably should do that before. I'm gonna do this. Was this, and then a really low. Let's get a line going. Turned out pretty well, but I think these have less real estate. It looks like to actually be drawn on. Pinky probably especially has less real estate. I don't know why I'm putting so much effort into these fingernails. I don't think I've ever done this really before. There's usually not a reason to. This looks weird. I don't think I saved whatever color this is either. Yeah, this was a bit strong. So I feel like we try to fix that. It's not gonna. I do this. It's interfering with the other red there. Probably fine. Yeah, we don't need to waste all this time on these fingers. Alright. Hands are done. I finished that. I haven't done the neck, now that I think about it. Can't even see the neck. We're using this color, question mark. I don't know if I want to do anything with this, just because it's touching the back of the head.